It's Allison Benelli, a professional life strategist, and we're going to continue to talk about our career and what we're going to look at in terms of reflecting on it. Again, this is a message for somebody who's just starting out their career, and for those who are maybe near the tail end of it, and they're thinking, well, there's nothing much more left for me to do than just to count off the days on the calendar. As a matter of fact, that's what my husband's doing. He's got a calendar, and each day he ticks off another day, and he tells me how much closer he is. I think he's got a year and a couple more days before he's actually officially retired. But trust me, every day he counts down. So today in our career reflection series, we're going to really be talking about how are we approaching growth and development. You see, sometimes when we're getting close to the end of the career, our career, we think to ourselves, well, there's nothing more to do. There's nothing new under the sun. I really don't have to upgrade my knowledge. I don't have to do anything. Nope, 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 nope. You keep upgrading your knowledge and keep developing yourself to the very last day. Because I have to maintain a license, I'm required every biennium to have a certain amount of what we call CEUs, continuing education units. Many professional careers have something similar. I think people in the insurance field have something similar. Many in the medical field have where they have to go get workshops and webinars to get those CEUs. Well, if you're not in a career that needs that, I still recommend that you always look around for something to help you grow and develop personally as well as professionally. So the things I want you to think about in terms of reflecting on your career is what new skills or knowledge have you gained recently? Are you just going to work every day, coming home every day, but learning nothing new? Sometimes it could be an in-service that your company is providing, an in-service where you're learning the machinery better, an in-service where it may be targeting personal growth. Take advantage of those things. Don't just sleep through them. Allow yourself to always grow and develop yourself personally as well as professionally, because you never know when your next opportunity may be presented. I think the quote that I'm remembering is that success is opportunity meeting preparedness. So prepare yourself by growing and developing. You never know what skill sets may be required for future advancement. Think about certifications. So ask yourself, are there certifications, workshops, or trainings that you'd like to pursue? Because I have to get a certain amount of continuing education units each 2 years, I try not to get bored with doing it. I mean, I've been in this field over close to 30 years. And we have mandatory CEUs that we have to get. I think ethics, domestic violence, medical errors, and a couple others I'm not remembering right now. Yes, we have to get those. And the information doesn't change much. So it can get pretty boring. What I would do is I would challenge myself every time I had to renew and get new CEUs. I would pick a topic or a subject that I had very little knowledge of. It may be a diagnosis that's trending, meaning a lot more people are coming in with a certain diagnosis. I think one year I picked autism as my topic. It was something that I wasn't very knowledgeable about, hadn't had a lot of classroom education on it, but I was seeing more and more young people with a diagnosis of autism, or they were on the spectrum. So I thought, I need to get more knowledge so I could help my clients. So that year, like 90% of my CEUs were somehow related to autism or neurodivergence. So it gave me a lot more information. I challenge you to do that. Find something that you don't know a lot about and just say, well, if I have to grow and develop, or if I have to get CEUs, let me learn something a little bit new, a little bit different. Also, another question is to ask yourself, am I growing in ways that support long-term career vision? Many times people enter a career, but they enter it and they're only seeing the job that they've been hired for. That is what they were aspiring to. They got that job and they sit. My advice to you is that you have to continue to look beyond your job to what is the next step up? Is the next step up in management? Is the next step maybe into a different area that's adjacent to what you're in? Always look around and see who's doing what and where are your skills transferable. You may not necessarily want to go in that direction, but always know where there are doors of opportunity available for you, because who knows, in a year or two, you may be bored where you're at and you want to know, what is the vision for this career? Can I move up laterally, or can I move across or around? And that's where also you want to target your certification so that you have more flexibility of movement. So think about that. What ways are you growing so that you can maybe access some career options? Lastly, challenge yourself and think to yourself, what things in my field or my career are pushing me to improve? If there are areas in your field that, and they're usually the areas that you really don't like and you don't enjoy, many times those areas are paperwork related or administrative related, and there may be things that you have to do, and you say to yourself, oh, I would love my job if not for that. So think about it. Say, what can I do to improve my ability to do these with less stress? Years ago, I remember my office manager coming to me and saying to me, hey, we've got all these notebooks with the names of the insurance companies and their address, all handwritten. And next to them, we have the passwords. And what would happen is the insurance companies, they would have their websites and they would ask us to log in, and we'd be able to do everything we needed to do with those insurances on their website, but we had to have a password. So I would write the password down because, first of all, it's hard to keep all these passwords up in your head. And the other thing is, every 3 months, they'd ask you to change the password, which was the most annoying thing because I just couldn't keep on thinking up new, unique, unhackable passwords over and over again. So my office manager, having the holy grail of that notebook, because it was now her job to do the billing and to do the communications back and forth with the insurances. She said to me, I'm going to build an Excel spreadsheet and I'm going to put all the information in there, especially as we have to change it every 3 months. And that way it's updated and you won't forget to put in a new password and I won't forget to put it in. It'll all be updated. And I thought to myself, oh, that's a really nice idea. Now, I wasn't too familiar with Excel spreadsheets. I mean, I know a Word document, and I think that I'm being technologically savvy. But she built it, and then she showed me how to use it. And I thought to myself, this is really a neat thing to have this spreadsheet. Am I an expert at it? No, I'm not an expert at it, but you can put an Excel spreadsheet in front of me now, and I know what I'm looking at, and I know how to do certain things on it that are really helpful. And every now and then I'll build one to keep track of an email list, keep track of some payments, different things like that. So I was challenged to improve and learn something, and it's a transferable skill. It is not something I would have learned in school. It's not something I ever thought I would need. So think about that as you're looking at growth and development in your field, in your career. What kind of things can you learn that would be part of that growth and development? If you keep your brain sparking, it will keep working for you and it will keep your enthusiasm up. Keep that in mind as you reflect on your career. On that note, I want to leave you with a little piece of wisdom. Proverbs 1:5 says, let the wise hear and increase in learning, and the one who understands obtain guidance. This is Allison Bonella, your professional life strategist. I invite you again to dream big, set goals, and take action. And please give a like and subscribe if you're enjoying this series. Okay, see you next time.